Hey guys, this is Mike Chalice for GamingLagg.com. Do you really like our content? I would imagine that's a yes since you're hearing me right now. Well, consider becoming a patron. Throw us $1 a month. It doesn't seem like much, but if we hit our goal of 1,000 $1 patrons, we will be able to do so much more. Thank you always for your continued support. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the LAGGSPIKE podcast. I'm your host, Mike Chalice. With me, as always, to my left, we have the man with the beard, Matt Bird.
How's it going?
To my right, Mr. Josh Quigley.
Hey, how's it going?
And on the edge of the table, Mr. Gloom and Doom, Sam Landry. There's a
Barely
little giddy.
controlling himself.
Barely keep.
I'm gonna break off three of you. Banana split.
Yeah, literally. We were talking about some inappropriate things, but we have a great show planned for you filled with non-inappropriate things. We're going to talk... Well, yeah, I guess that... It can always get there. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. But we're going to talk a little bit about the new news leaked from Konami, or about Konami, I guess, not by Konami, because they wouldn't want it getting out. No. Xbox backward compatibility growing, and we're going to talk about the new vote to play from PlayStation, which is really cool. But before we get to that... I'd like to do what we always do before we start the show, which is a couple of shout-outs and a couple of things that we're trying to do. One being a Patreon shout-out because we actually have a couple of patrons who are at that level. So a big shout-out to Jeremy Landry, who is actually Sam's brother.
No relation.
No relation. Who is one of our higher patrons right now. We are at $91 on Patreon, which is awesome. I think the video is definitely helping to sort of talk about exactly what we're all about. And Athena, I don't actually know the last name, but Athena is our largest patron so far, and she gets a massive shout out and a big thank you. You're awesome, and we appreciate your support. Yeah. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, we're good. Gamer Support Gamers is something we have on our website, and it's something we talk about every week. It is a collection of gamers that are part of the Gaming Lagg community that have channels, whether that be YouTube or Twitch or gaming-related podcasts or websites. They send in their information, and what we do is we put them on our website so that you can find them and hopefully find similar interests with these people that are on there and follow their videos and stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's as simple as that, but support them because hopefully the whole point of this is as we grow, you grow.
Call this man a kush.
Whatever that means. And we'll move on to what's more important than all of this stuff because of the wonderful cause. Yeah?
Yeah.
Fredericton Gaming Expo, which we will be at. That is not this weekend coming, but the following weekend, August 15th and 16th. We will be there at some sort of generic-looking table with a big basket of gaming goodies that we are going to be raffling off from local supporters, and that'll all go towards Extra Life. But what is Extra Life, do you ask? Why is it important?
Okay, you can stop right there this week. None of these extra whys.
I turned to Matt to explain that. That's better. Yeah.
So Extra Life is a fundraising campaign that a lot of gamers do. It's going to come with a 24-hour stream in November, and it's to raise money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals.
Just out of that.
What? Why are you awing Extra Life, Sam? Come on.
No, not awing Extra Life. I'm just awing about the stream.
It's 24 hours that people get to spend with us.
That's a lot. That's a lot of Twitter, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot of Twitter and it's a lot of Twitch.
It's a lot of tiring, but it's worth it.
It's worth it.
I didn't say it wasn't worth it.
So Children's Miracle Network
I put words in my
hospitals get almost all their funding through fundraising campaigns such as Extra Life. And as a collective team, if we hit $2,500, the man with the beard will become the man without the beard, as I will be losing it on the live stream as everyone holds me down and I cry. But then the tears will make it grow back because I'm a chia pet.
Yeah.
That is very true.
I got it out of the way this time myself.
So as Matt was saying, Extra Life's very important. It goes towards Children's Miracle Network. It is it's very cool. You can pick your own hospitals. So if you have one that is near and dear to your hearts, you can choose whichever one that falls within that. We are choosing the IWK, which has direct ties to us as well as it's the closest one to us. You don't need our permission to join our team, though. You just go to our Extra Life page, which there's a banner on the top of GamingLagg.com, and you will be able to get there from there. If you don't feel that you can raise enough money or you're not going to be able to dedicate the time, then please feel free to go there and donate some money. It'll all go towards that. The live stream is going to be something interesting. We're still trying to work out all the kinks of what we're actually going to do, but ideally what I'd like to have is a couple of different people playing at least 2 different games at a time, so if you're not interested in one, you can watch a different stream, and then we will also try and have a stream of the actual apartment that we're going to be in, so that you can, hang out with us and talk with us, and you'll have the stream of the entire room, which is where Matt's beard will be shaved off.
Because there are no antics ever.
No, nothing ever
In this
happens,
apartment.
especially when you're awake for 24 hours.
No.
No Nerf guns, water balloons, none
No
of
water
that
balloons.
happens.
No.
Water balloons are probably a bad idea, but
Nerf guns will definitely
For
happen.
more reasons than we can
Yeah.
list.
Can we
Sam's deep in thought. This is scary.
make a gas tank of coffee?
gas tank of coffee.
Yeah.
Well,
We
I
can
think-
probably
I
go
think the
to
gasoline would ruin
we
it.
can probably go to a coffee shop and get them to bring one of those, I don't know, those big canteens that they
we
have.
could buy an urn.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Is that what
Not-
they're called?
Yeah, that's what they're
Yeah.
called.
Never going in my car again. I'm still cleaning effing coffee out of there.
I don't drink coffee, so it's not going in mine.
Right
So
in
yeah,
here.
before we get into the news, anybody have any interesting
Vodka.
stories? I know I have
You
some.
have a few.
Yeah.
I think Josh has some.
Yeah, any interesting stories from the week of gaming?
I had one entertaining one and one that I was told by about by a coworker. So I've been saying all along that my copy of Glitcher
Yes.
Witcher has not glitched on me, and then I was running around and a Wyvern attacked me out of nowheres, so I dodged out of the way, and when I came back up, apparently my head and torso decided to stay facing downwards, so I had arms coming out of where my legs should be, I think is where they were coming out of. I
And a head in your crotch.
had a head in my crotch,
Oh, yeah.
but I was still able to fight, and I managed to kill both Wyverns.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's,
well,
that's some really good multitasking there.
Listen, let me explain something to you. Were the controls backwards?
No, they were the same. My guy
That'd be
just
awesome.
looked really messed
And obviously you won. The Wyvern had no idea what was going on. What the hell is that thing?
up. I'm not eating that.
Yeah, it doesn't even look appetizing.
It kicked a lot.
Yeah.
to get it away. And then somebody I work with was telling me about watching a cutscene, and he was talking to this little imp, and
Was he playing Game of Thrones?
no,
No.
no, not clever. No, he's playing The Witcher, and suddenly there was just a guy all dressed in blue standing in behind the imp,
Okay.
just kind of there. And while he was talking, the
It's actually the spirit that's possessing him.
well, actually, the imp slowly melted into the blue guy, and then he just talked to the blue guy.
Good old open world games. Fully
Right.
realized with all their glitches.
Yeah.
It's interesting when you read an article that's saying the new update for The Witcher will prevent Geralt from dying when he goes to Velen. What? Just shows up. Which, by the way, in Witcher is very frustrating. Sam, do you have any interesting stories?
Yeah, I have one in an MMO,
Okay.
which are often. There's not many glitches in an MMO when you think about it. Like,
No,
can you think
that's
about,
not true at all.
That,
Yeah, it's n-
that is-
I
they're-
find there's
is-
a
they're
lot.
not-
They're not common once
there's
they're
connection-
stabilized,
there's-
maybe, but
connection issues, but
But
less
not
so an
glitches?
actual
Okay.
game-breaking glitch.
okay.
I was in a section, I was fighting a boss, I was in a dungeon, and the boss landed on me. My character went flying into a wall, and I died.
That's similar to what happened to me in DayZ one time, where I was just walking upstairs and then I was thrown into the ocean and died.
Well, like, I'm just waiting there. I'm waiting for the boss to
think you
come
can
back.
walk on my
All of a sudden,
stairs?
poop, and I go, whooshie. And I'm like, and then the healer's like, sorry. And I'm like,
what are you supposed to do?
how dare you not defend me against that?
See, I had some interesting saves in World of Warcraft, because in there the healer the priest had an ability called Life Grip, and you could pull people back. And I don't know how many times somebody got knocked off the bridge in this thunder area from Mists of Pandaria, and they would go off and they were like, oh no, and right back, and they were just like, oh, like big save. Yeah, it was always fun.
not as
Bow
big
to my
as.
Jedi powers.
Glory days of raiding and stuff in World of Warcraft. I now play way too many games to play that one, well, except for this week apparently, but
Yeah.
so I guess that's a good segue into my only interesting story is that I've discovered Persona 4 Golden because I got a Vita, and
What a discovery!
I have put almost 40 hours into it just this week, so I've put a full work week into that game just this week.
Switch jobs.
It's I am absolutely infatuated with that game. If it continues, like I've never put that many hours into a game that quickly, and most of the time in RPGs, if I do, I get burnt out and then I stop playing them for a while. But this one, it's still I'm still playing it. Maybe that's a little bit attributed to the fact that I can play it on the go. But I absolutely love that game. It is. I said this to Matt earlier, and he couldn't believe what I said, but I actually like it, and it's above Uncharted to me, which I've never thought I would say.
Yeah.
So
What?
yeah,
What?
I looked at him and I was like, what?
It's such an inch, and I don't know where it's been all my life.
Get the thermometer.
Yeah.
No, I already felt
Yeah.
his
It's gotta be
forehead
the
and everything.
rectal
He's
one.
good.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, not the oral one.
It's such an interesting mixture of all games that I love. Like it has mixtures of like Pokemon. It has obviously Final Fantasy, but the
Is there a
combat.
glitch?
There's the combat in it is so much deeper than any Final Fantasy game because it is traditional turn-based, but there's so many other things going on, and you build these relationships. Anyway,
Was that?
I can't talk enough about it. I loved it, and plus it really blends style of like Japanese anime into it, and I'm a big fan of anime, so sort of
What were
all
you saying?
goes together.
Nothing. Go.
No, go ahead.
No.
You-
No worries.
No, ask him his
No.
question. Ask
Yeah.
the question
Go
before.
ahead.
Somebody ask something!
If not, I'm going to talk about Life is Strange for the next hour and a half.
Go.
So,
Not
So,
an hour
Mike,
and a half.
question for.
yeah, might be. Who knows?
Yeah.
There may be spoilers, so I'm going to let you know that it's not actually going to be an hour and a half. But after me complaining that there wasn't a game of the year, Life is Strange is game of the year. So many issues, like having to, in one episode, I had to talk a girl off of jumping off a building and not committing suicide, and then I had to perform euthanasia on my friend on the next episode. It's just,
Like forcing you to do things.
Yeah.
That you,
No, the best part is watching you play, spend 30 minutes talking to all these people,
and then rewind.
and then completely rewinding everything you just did all the way back.
yeah, that's so.
you said it broke Telltale for you because
Yeah.
it doesn't.
I tried playing Game of Thrones today when you.
Yep.
I was just.
I
can't do it
remember
now.
you saying, when it started rewinding and it wouldn't stop, you were going, no, god damn it.
Yeah.
You were frustrated.
Yeah, but then I replayed it, and it was like I knew exactly what to do for the rest of that episode. Anyone that plays the game, hit L2, not L1. L1 rewinds to the very beginning.
That seems like a really big difference.
No kidding.
Yeah. No, it's only in certain little sections. It wasn't a half hour that I lost, but
Yeah.
But my God, that game is so good.
That being said, I can see both sides of the argument. Some people don't like that you can change it. But I think when I was playing Walking Dead a couple weeks ago, I would have liked to make some different changes because there were some characters that I really liked that I wish had have been brought through and stuff, and they weren't. So
It's on the Xbox.
yeah.
So even when playing it, though, there's the when you rewind it, it's. I know when I'm playing some of the Telltale games, I'll hit the wrong button because I'm just not paying much attention to certain scenes because they're not as good as others. But
Yeah. No, it's the way it is. Like I said, I love the story. I wish the story played out in front of me, and every once in a while I just hit a button to make a decision. I wish the walking around parts weren't there. That's just my personal opinion. But anybody else have anything else to throw in here that happened this week? Okay.
That pen didn't happen this week.
All right. So we're going to go into some news, and we're going to do it a little differently. Matt's going to read the news from now on, and we're all going to debate because what we've noticed over the last few weeks is
Matt
I talk
doesn't talk?
a lot. No, I talk a lot. I talk
sometimes
too much.
sometimes
I talk
whole
about the
thing.
topic, and then I go over the topic, and then nobody else has anything else to say. So.
And then we say the word topic a few more times.
Yes.
Who is the person that sent you that very mean message saying they didn't like their voice? So we'll find them and break them.
Didn't like my voice?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm guessing. That's why you're not
No,
reading the news.
not at all.
No.
Mike, you have
It's
a
okay.
nice
I didn't even know
voice.
that
We're
happened.
friends here.
That's-
We can talk. Let us know if anything's wrong.
I didn't even know that happened.
Next.
So.
It didn't.
It didn't.
happen.
Oh.
Sam's just being Sam.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
Never
I was like,
mind.
that's really hurtful.
Oh, but now you can be one of those
I-
celebrities who.
It's
read
one of
mean
those things
tweets.
that I can't do anything about. So, I mean, I could talk in a different voice. I could do the whole podcast as Gollum.
No.
Oh,
Sam
we should
out.
just alter our voices for the rest of the podcast.
No, let's probably not do that. All right, let's get to some news because we've already been doing this a bunch. So yeah, go ahead.
So new details were released about the Konami and Kojima debacle. I'm going to call
2
it
seconds.
this
Debacle.
week.
Yeah,
I need
that's
to
a good
beat
word
this
for
horse a little bit longer.
it. Yeah.
We actually discussed that before the podcast as well.
We were going to break it out into a topic. We decided not to because we have talked a lot about it, but you can't ignore this. It's pretty it's a pretty big news thing.
Yeah,
So
workers there were getting alternating email addresses to communicate with the outside world. They never got to keep the same one over and over again. It would completely changing. They're being treated like prisoners. If like someone left the company and people favorited or liked the tweet or the Facebook post and they got reassigned into janitorial jobs or into security jobs and stuff, like designers and stuff.
Oh
this
my
happened
God!
too.
It's the birth of Hyperion.
well,
Pretty much.
they're basically saying that these people are. They took somebody out of video game development and put them into the factory where they build their slot machines. Like, yeah, that's his skill level. And then and this was a story a long time ago, and he went into depression because of it. Obviously, if you have somebody that's super creative that's trying to do something, and then you put him clipping on the faceplate of a slot machine or something.
It's better than going into an interview with your boss and you're getting a promotion, and then you find out you're the lead janitor, and then after that you take a ship down to.
I'm a janitor in Persona.
This, you know what I'm talking about. And then you steal the boss's car, and
He's telling the story of Tales from the Borderlands.
Yeah, well,
it's so great.
anyway, I don't.
Kinda sounds like
think the more you hear, the more you realize that it really wasn't Kojima that did anything. They did say that Kojima spent over $80 million making Metal Gear Solid 5. It won't matter. You're going to make more than that, like tenfold when it comes out, because is this the first Metal Gear numbered game that's coming out for multi-platforms?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is coming out for PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Yes.
And that it's going to sell so many more copies
Oh my
than Metal
God.
Gear. It's going to blow up.
The PC mods.
If they allow it. They have to allow it, remember.
I can't see them allowing it.
I doubt they will.
There's a black market mods on PC.
I'd say it's gray market more than a black
Underground, sorry. Underground market.
market. Okay.
Yeah, the black market modding community.
Yeah.
I'm the leader.
You're the leader.
There's a lot you
You're
guys
the
don't know
most
about me.
useless leader when it comes to mods I've ever met then. Because you can't do any of them. You just, yeah.
You can install them.
This whole thing,
Some
this
days.
whole thing,
He doesn't.
it seems to have been leaked that like this whole thing started because they saw the return on low-cost mobile games.
Yeah.
And then they really wanted to pursue
Dragon collection.
Yeah, or
whatever.
something like that. But I don't get it. I mean, obviously, Metal Gear is going to sell. Yes, it was tied to one platform before. But as we mentioned last week on the podcast when we were talking about sequels and stuff, like, I was reading numbers of Persona 4 because I was like, where was this game? I had a PlayStation 2. It only sold something like 150,000 copies in North America. Persona 5 is going to do that the first day.
Yeah.
Like, easily, because of all the hype and the multi. Well, I don't think that's multi-platform, but because of all the hype behind it and stuff. So you're gonna get your return back, and more Konami's coming off as the asshole here, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Sony, please be on the phone with Kojima and just offering it. Can you just go and grab Kojima Productions and bring them with you? We're just gonna give you a studio.
I don't want it to be one platform.
I don't. Well, yeah, I guess, but
Activision.
At this point,
No.
Never
No,
mind.
don't do that.
I realized what I said there.
Yeah.
It took me a second.
yeah, seriously.
Oh god.
Bethesda? Grab that?
Yeah, Bethesda be all right.
Bethesda.
Yeah, I'd be all right with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, be all right with that.
Keep reading, Beardman.
I kind of like that name.
Yeah.
I might change my Twitter handle after we're done this podcast.
Doubt it's available. What's next?
So along the same new line of the previous news, Metal Gear Solid Online, the online portion of Metal Gear Solid 5 won't be available at launch time.
No
That's
surprise.
similar
that does
to
not
another game.
surprise me.
GTA?
At least they're not going to do the GTA Online thing where they just launch it and then it's just got a million problems with it.
They fixed it.
Now,
They fixed it.
I still am not touching that because I am almost done the story and I want to get that done.
They fixed it.
That's like
Yeah.
saying I fixed the problem with the seatbelts after the accident.
Yeah.
It's fixed.
That just goes back with
That's what manufacturers usually
Konami
do.
Konami thinking they can't make that much money. I mean, look at Rockstar making Grand Theft Auto games. They've made more money on one single game than anybody has in the last 5 years, more than likely.
MCC's fixed.
Yeah,
That hurt a little.
kinda.
Is it?
Define
I don't think so.
fix.
No, there's only so much duct tape you can use.
Hey,
Let's move on to
hey,
the next one because
let's
this
not
one's
blame
really
duct tape.
exciting. The next
Yeah.
one I'm really excited about.
So Vote to Play announced this
Yay!
week from PlayStation.
Oh,
Users are
yeah.
going to be able to vote on what they want for PS Plus.
I'm
Pick
so
between this
excited
indie
for
game
that.
or this indie game. That's what I picked.
Don't vote for dumb
Yeah,
games.
I don't care about that. But that means that if they were trying to make the decision on their own and they were going to pick, as an example, let's look at the sales lineup right now. And you take, okay, we're going to pick between Galaxy or N++. And you're going to get that free instead of putting it into a sales thing, and then N++ would end up have to pay for, and Galaxy would be free. Like, that's the kind of stuff I hope happens. I'm hoping that they are indie games, and maybe in the future you'll start to get AAA games, but it's way too early for that. But if they came out and they say, okay, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes or Assassin's Creed Black Flag, like, of course I want Ground Zeroes, but other people
I'm
may
choosing Black Flag over Ground Zeroes.
What? That's what I'm saying. Like, it gives people.
But is it going to be? Is it going to be a personal choice?
Or?
Yeah.
No, you're going to vote for which one, and then that one's going to be available.
one's gonna
Whichever
be
one
free.
has the most votes is what's going to be
What
free.
I'd like them to do is to give you a choice. Every month, you get to pick out of two to acquire for people like that who want either Black Flag or Ground Zeroes. That would be better, I find. That's my opinion.
But I mean,
I don't understand. Isn't that the same thing?
No.
No.
Instead of voting, you pick which one out of the two
They
you
give
want.
you multiple titles, and you get to choose
which one
of
you
this
want.
one.
Okay,
one
so
of
they
this
give you
one.
like 5 titles. You pick 2.
Yeah.
You pick.
Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is they give you 5 titles.
Yeah.
You pick one out of those 5 that you want yourself. I could pick a different
they
one
want
than
you want to have. Oh my God.
He wants
You
to
get
have
what I'm
choice.
saying? You get what I'm saying?
Versus
I understand
vote.
what you're saying now.
He wants unlimited choice.
Yeah.
No, that's not.
Not unlimited. I understand what he's saying. He's saying,
Limited choice.
I wish the choice was 5, and I can pick one of the 5 for me personally, and somebody else can pick something else.
It doesn't have to be 5. It could be 2. It doesn't matter. What
You
I
just
want
wanna
is
pick that
instead
one.
of having one given to me.
I mean, I agree with
Like
that.
the voting is still cool. Like I'm not saying the voting's bad, but I'm saying that would be
the
better.
paperwork behind that would be
the
just
paperwork and
yeah.
the financial portion, because when you think of, like, for PlayStation, say this is going to be our PS Plus game this month, like there is a financial component to that.
They're footing the bill
Yes.
for everyone download it.
Yes. But what they would
But they
instead
would
of being
definitely get a prorated rate based on, hey, look,
They're not paying.
all our
Obviously,
use-
they're not
yeah.
paying full price.
But if you were then to have to put a slightly prorated price, because you're not going to get as good of a deal if only half.
I agree with what you're saying 100%. I think that'd be awesome if it was just, here's the 2, you can pick one or the other, and then you don't have to worry about if there is like only 10,000 people that want N++ and everybody else wants Galaxy, those 10,000 people are kind of being screwed over because everybody else votes the other way, right? I understand what you're saying. I wish it could be that way, but I think at least we're getting to vote for what game we want out of a couple
Instead of just this
instead
is
of
what
just
you're
this is
Yeah.
what you're getting.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Moving on.
That
So-
segues into the next, I think.
I'm going to skip one and then go back. But
Yeah.
segues into the PlayStation Plus games for August were announced. Limbo and Lara Croft Temple of Osiris are going to be on PS4.
Yep.
God of War Ascension and Castle Storm for PS3.
Yep.
Vita's getting Sound Shapes, and all platforms will be getting Stealthing 2.
Knocking it out of the park again.
Yes.
You can tell they're really heavily focusing on PlayStation 4 games, though. Even though they're indie titles, Temple of Osiris is a $30 game. You're getting that for free. Limbo's a $10 game. You're getting that for free if you can ever get by the stupid pond.
Yeah, stupid pond.
Oh my god, I hated that. I'm gonna get it. I'm a beat it. But man,
Can man, please come back? Because I slept like a baby. It was great.
For all those of you who don't know, we had a video of me playing Limbo, and it was 15 minutes of me getting about 30 seconds into the game and not being able to get over a fucking pond.
I passed out, woke up, and said, "What the hell happened?" Matt's like, "He's still at the same spot
Yeah.
where you passed
I
out."
arrived at some point during that.
Yeah, it was very, very frustrating. But
Yeah, I
will
woke
beat
up
it.
and you were just randomly there. I was like, what?
But Temple of Osiris looks like
Oh,
Diablo
that was a
only with
great
Lara
day.
Croft characters. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think it's cool. And the fact that God of War 3 Remastered just came out, obviously, that's why God of War Ascension is the August game. Castle Storm was considered a very, very good game. Similar to kind of mobile, I think, though. I think it's available there, too. And Sound Shapes is not my type of game, but it has like crazy reviews. I think it's top 5 as far as rated games for the PlayStation Vita. So, and Stealthing 2 is supposed to be good, too.
Yep.
Games for
And-
Gold. Go for it.
Yeah.
Keep your mouth shut. I'm reading.
All right, I'm sorry.
Whoa. Whoa.
There's a lot of aggressive going on.
That
right
was.
Can I read
it's
the last
red.
one?
It's the red in his
On
shirt.
the news?
Yes, you can have the last one.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So Games for Gold in August, and they're actually available now. Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes.
What a coincidence! A month before Metal Gear Solid 5 comes out. Anyway, sorry, keep going.
And
Do you guys want a Scooby snack?
Really?
Yeah.
Raggy.
And How to Survive Storm Warning Edition. And then on...
I'm excited. I want to play that.
yeah.
I want to know how to survive a storm warning.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that hard to survive the warning.
And for Xbox 360, Matt.
Metro 23 in the first half of the month, and Last Light for the second half of the month. And So Many Me is still available.
So Metro, their
Oh, wow,
entire
you keep the
franchise is
whole-
available for free.
On what? 360?
At 360.
360.
Yep.
Damn it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's when I saw
Oh,
it.
wait.
too.
I own both of them on PC. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I've never played any of the Metro games.
Oh, they're good.
Next bit of news
So
is kind of
stealthy.
positive.
So, as we always like to talk about the positivity in gaming, Summer Games Done Quick fundraising campaign raised $1.2 million over this weekend that went by, and it's all going to Doctors Without Borders.
Absolutely.
You gotta love those doctors who don't know borders.
Have you guys, if nobody's ever checked out Games Done Quick, it's ridiculous. Go, like, some of the games they play are a little out there, but as an example, I watched a segment where they were doing Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, and how fast they go through things is just insane. It blows me away, and we were just watching before this Mega Man X, and how fast they go through that to 100% it. It blows you away. It's all for a good cause, but it's really fun to see these people who have 100% completely mastered games.
Didn't it say Rockman X? It didn't say Mega. It said an R.
I think, Rockman's the Japanese version.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so.
That's why I was going to say. I'm like, that was not Mega Man.
Yeah.
Didn't say Mega Man.
So Xbox One, for any preview users, I guess, because this won't affect anybody else at the moment, but their backwards compatibility now has 26 titles.
Nice.
Cool. Wait, and when you get Rare Replay, you'll get a bunch of other titles.
I know,
56.
but I still think this is like the key strategy for Xbox, and you got to know that PlayStation's got to be thinking like, how the hell did they do that? And now our streaming service looks like it's a complete ripoff, and it does.
It always looked like a complete
I know,
ripoff,
but the Xbox One couldn't even do that, so you couldn't do anything with it, and you were able to go back and play these PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 classics through the subscription service. But now you're paying $20 a month when, if you already paid for the game, you have it for free. It's incredible to me that Xbox were able to do it, and I do think it's going to really bridge a gap. I mean, if you're thinking of, I always think of the younger generation who has an Xbox 360. Actually, the pastor who's marrying me and my fiance, he has a son who's got an Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 3, and the amount of games he has, or sorry, I think it might only be PlayStation 3, but he has a huge collection of games. If you told him if you buy a PS4 right now, all those games are playable, that's humongous.
Yeah.
You can never.
I can probably see the Xbox One sales go through the roof at Christmas this year.
I think it will.
Well,
'cause
they're
it's cheaper.
going
It's
to
cheaper
trump-
too. It's $350 in the States.
It's going
It's
to
insane.
trump PS4. So
Well,
It'll
Xbox
trump-
really
yeah.
has everything going for it this holiday season. Its
Yeah.
game lineup is stellar. The backwards
For once-
compatibility announcement.
for once, they didn't lie.
No, it's great, and we're about to find out this at Gamescom coming this week. Scale-bound information, crackdown information, when that's all coming to get people hyped. And I was reading IGN first game for August on IGN.com is scale-bound, so you're going to find out a whole bunch of information. And listen, you add dragons and riding dragons with friends, I'm probably going to get it.
Yeah, me too.
It sounds
Oh.
awesome, and it's all in like, it looks like it's all Japanese
You can have
style
a turn
too.
playing here, Josh. We'll actually play.
Yay!
You can watch.
Oh.
So
Fine, I'll nap.
segueing from the backwards compatibility, Gears of War Ultimate is also going to include Gears 2, 3,
Yeah.
and the one that
Eh.
and the one that doesn't exist. It's Gears of War
I'm
Judgment.
assuming-
Nah.
A lot of people like Judgment, so it's fine.
Nope.
I think that's a cool idea to sort of bridge what people were saying. Why aren't you doing a remastered collection? Well, you know how
That's
much
why.
you know how great Master Chief Collection worked out. Well, we are gonna sort of do that. We're gonna give you all 3 of these games for free if you buy this game, but we're only remastering one.
I watched the video online of some guy playing the beta for the Ultimate.
Yep.
It looks just like Gears of War 1. Like, they didn't I don't know what
It
they've
doesn't
done.
actually
I-
look like
There's
a
no. They
remaster
don't
in
look
the
like there's
video.
any expansions to the look of the game. It looks like it's just basically.
You
the same
have to
thing.
look at stills though, because I remember thinking that from Halo when we were playing
Yeah,
Master Chief
that's true.
Collection, and when we first went into that, I was just like, man, I wonder what the updated graphics look, and I hit it and went down, and I was like, oh god.
No. I know. But the multiplayer,
Yeah.
it looks just like
Nah, I don't
the
care about
multiplayer in
Gears
Gears of War 1.
multiplayer.
But it's okay.
Yeah, the story's
Still
pretty
great.
good. Yeah, oh yeah,
story's
for sure.
amazing.
Yeah, story's great.
So we don't talk a lot about PC gaming, but Dota 2's the international tournament started today.
I should mention that because I think there's
Yeah.
over 10 million in prizes to be won
I mean,
for.
it's just like every effing where on Steam.
Yeah, it
Sorry.
is.
Dota's a big game, man.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
So the Overwatch ripoff Paladins was revealed.
It really is an Overwatch.
Oh my God,
ripoff, but
yeah.
I mean that's great. People have options. It's the same thing as Bethesda's doing with the card game to sort of rip off Hearthstone. I mean, if you find a genre that works, that's why there's a million MOBAs now. It's just
Yeah.
the way it happens.
Final
I mean, you
piece-
can also say the same thing with what Blizzard just did to Dota and League of Legends with Heroes of the Storm. So yeah,
Wednesday. 2 more days.
two more days for the reveal
You will
of.
be able to see the world reveal of Fighter Squadron mode in.
Battlefront.
Yeah.
This-
Everybody
You-
in
you just stole
Fighters.
Sam's thunder.
Yeah, you're a fucking tool.
I'm not a tool.
Yes, you are.
Wow. I mean, you're not.
I did actually ask too.
Yeah,
You stole
but I
his
let you
thunder.
do most of the
You
reveal.
s- It's like I'm here with Thor's hammer. And you're just like, nope, bam.
You couldn't pick it up.
Fuck you. Like you could.
I'm not saying I could. Sorry, I stole your thunder. I get impatient.
Anyways,
Anyways,
bolt.
the other day.
Besides that, exciting news.
It is
Everyone gets
exciting.
to be flying around in
I,
fighters.
he's not even excited.
What?
It's
What?
basically the Star Wars equivalent, the Star Wars Battlefront equivalent to dogfight mode in Battlefield
Yes.
4, was it? Only it's going to be in Star Wars stuff. So
I'm gonna wait to get excited about it because I'm gonna be honest, and they never talked about it, but I just kind of assumed this was already there. This isn't space battles. It isn't.
Not
The
yet.
problem
Yeah.
is that the original reveal of Battlefront was here's a mode, here you're fighting on Hoth, here's a mode you're fighting on, I think it was Tatooine or something. And they didn't go into what different gameplays they were, so they're going to slowly reveal that in a slow trickle until November.
They
but-
hinted towards dogfighting
Listen, this
heavily
means
initially.
this means that they have the equivalent and the technology already there to do space battles.
I'm not saying I'm
So,
not happy about it. I'm just saying it didn't come as a
shocker.
shocker.
Sure.
Because I think, and there's going to be space battles. It's
Yeah.
going to be an update.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to
for
pay for
$87,000.
it. And then I'm gonna still
with
pay
40.
the
40?
$87,000.
Are you?
Yes.
There goes my house.
It'll be 20.
1,000.
No, 20,000 yen.
But
Is that how? Is
I
that how the
think
end
they
is?
know
I have no
enough
idea.
about how to do this game at this point that I have fears for how Battlefront's going to go.
Yeah.
Because of who's doing it. But I know that they know enough of how to do it that they're still going to get my money.
At this
Give me a
point,
tank.
I don't even care if the game is ultimately super great. It looks so amazing
Show me
Yeah,
Tauntauns.
that I'm okay being on Hoth looking like that because that is the best looking Star Wars game that has been created to date.
Show me a Tauntaun. I
I'm
didn't
not
see one.
necessarily sure I want to ride into battle on a Tauntaun.
Why
Listen,
not?
if you get stranded out there, you can cut them open and sleep in them.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Well, Star Wars DayZ edition.
Oh.
That
Before
might
we
be
move
the
on,
Amy Hennig and I
Yeah,
can't remember their name. What's
the Uncharted people that
Yeah.
moved over to there. Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're working on.
that would be awesome.
That'd be interesting.
A Star Wars survival game.
Yeah. Kind of takes it goes off into way left field because Star Wars is not that. But before
Well,
we get,
actually, have you... You know what? I'm not even going to get into it.
if you're talking about books, they are not.
You're talking about the
anymore.
lore.
One of the things I was going to say was actually in the movie.
Anyway,
up!
moving
Not
on before
canon.
we get into topics, we had an email sent in to us, and it's somebody that I wanted to give a shout out to. They featured us on their website, so in return, we are going to give a shout out to FindGamingBuddies.com. If you are looking for people to play games with and you are tired of being involved with games where people are yelling at you and telling mom jokes and cursing and swearing and being negative in general, go to findgamingbuddies.com. They have a list of games that you can play and try and find people that are similar to you where you're just trying to play games and be positive. Much like us, we get tired of that shit. So, yeah.
Unless it's against each other.
Unless it's against each
Well,
other.
yeah.
Yeah.
How many controls have been whipped at?
So
me?
yeah, that's findgamingbuddies.com.
I've
Follow
never
them on
whipped a
Twitter, all that good
controller
stuff.
at you.
Lighter.
I've
Yeah.
whipped bladers at you, but not controllers.
Let's move on to the
controllers,
topics
just
because we are already been going for 35 minutes. So, topics this week we're going to talk a little bit because of Life is Strange for Matt and things like that we talked about earlier.
Yep.
We're going to go over games that sort of surprised us and or flew under the radar for a long period of time. So Matt, why don't you go first?
Well, Life is Strange, and
Yeah, of
I could
course.
just keep talking. Like,
Yeah.
I really do want to talk about it for an hour and a half, but I won't.
Yeah.
But the game that I didn't write down because I was keeping it as a surprise is Pokemon. I didn't play Pokemon until this year.
I remember that
I
actually. And you
remember,
played
yeah.
it, and you're like, you broke me.
Where's your 3DS, man?
Doesn't matter. It's a good thing it's not here because
Yeah.
I'd probably be playing it right now instead of doing podcast.
Yeah, I remember you telling me this story actually.
So yeah, no. Every time I had seen people playing it, I was like, "This is stupid. Why are you playing
It's
it?"
a great game.
And then I did play it, and it was an awesome game. And I actually wish I hadn't waited so long to play it.
There you go.
I
Except
have
for-
yet to play a Pokemon game.
I would say don't because you will get broken.
Yeah.
Don't plan to.
One of the reasons I love Persona 4 Golden is there is a system called
Get it for his daughter.
There is a
Problem
system in the game called Persona, and it's basically your main ability,
Through
but
the
they
key.
are essentially Pokemon built into this one game. It's phenomenal. Games that surprised me. I'm going way back here. Because Earthbound would be the first one that I waited a long time to play, and then I played it and absolutely loved it. Played it for hours and hours and hours. But games that flew under my radar, obviously Persona 4, as I mentioned, and I am very excited now for Persona 5 because this may start to become like my favorite game of all time, just because it literally. I love it that much. Uncharted, surprisingly, it's one of my favorite franchises of all time, but I didn't play it on release. Uncharted went probably 2 or 3 years before I touched it and then fell in love with it because I remember playing Uncharted 1 and Uncharted 2 had already been out, and I hadn't touched either of them. So I started with 1, loved it, and then went to 2 and was infatuated with it, loved it. And Tomb Raider surprised the hell out of me and flew under my radar. I didn't play it until it came out on Definitive Edition for PS4, but it is basically Lara Croft Uncharted, and I absolutely love that. Yeah.
Josh?
So I have a few. I'm not going to go through all of them.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I've just been taking notes. So ones that flew under my radar, and I'm going way back for it in terms of 2 strategy games that was under my radar for quite a while was Rome Total War.
Mm-hmm.
Never thought I'd enjoy it. Never thought I'd like the style. Now I still play it, despite how old it is. And Homeworld, which was if
don't
anybody
think I
hasn't
played
played it, basically you're a spaceship and you're trying to find your homeworld.
Okay.
And you build a fleet as you go, and you encounter all of these obstacles. It's
a PC game.
yeah. It was one of the first really great fully 3D real-time strategy PC games, and it's hard, but it was amazing. And something I don't like to admit that was under my radar, and I didn't think I was gonna like, and then obviously fell in love with, is Fallout. It took me forever to pick up Fallout, right?
I would imagine that by next year that'll probably be on my list because I've never played a
No,
Fallout, and I'm starting with
it's not
Fallout.
probably. It's going to
Yeah.
be.
Going to be on.
This
your
We'll
list.
shame-
see. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't have exactly the same taste in game as I do. So
Yeah, but everybody loves this game.
okay.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Yeah.
Fallout.
I'm trolling you
Wait,
guys
wait,
so
wait,
hard
wait,
after
wait.
I
My
played.
question for you is: did you play Mass Effect?
No,
And do you want to know what? Yeah.
I tried it.
Have you played any BioWare games ever?
I have no idea.
He has.
Dragon Age, I guess.
The one that doesn't exist, but he played it. Inquisition.
Yeah, I played Inquisition. I played Dragon Age 2. I
Ugh.
didn't play 1. Yeah. All right. Moving on. Sam, what games kind of caught you off guard or flew under the radar?
Spec Ops: The Line did. That game
Yeah.
is.
I think that went under a lot of people's radars.
Oh my god.
And then it went over the radar,
It makes
and then
you-
it broke the radar.
Yeah.
No, it just breaks your brain because you're basically sitting there at the end, contemplating life without spoiling anything. You're just contemplating life.
Yeah. Anything else?
That game can give you post-traumatic stress. And then one that surprised me because I am a big, if the game doesn't look good, I don't play it person. I'm not big for side scrollers. Going back to the Sega. Yes, before my time, I know, blah, blah, blah. The game's called Shinobi 3. Now I want to play it.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
All right.
So
you want to
frustrating.
know the worst part about what held me back from Fallout? Well, specifically from playing Fallout 3 that I didn't think I was going to like, and now I hate myself for it, is the VAT system.
The game wouldn't be playable without the VAT system.
Right? Right? The
It's
best
still playable. It's
It-
just the
yeah.
best part
It
of
did-
it.
it
the
wouldn't be
best
playable.
component of the game
Yeah.
is what held me back from playing
Yeah,
Fallout 3.
yeah, Matt. You would need about 3 times the amount of ammo you carry around with VATs than if you did
I
without.
never ran out of ammo.
You would now if you didn't use VATs.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
All right.
I
We're
have
moving
over
on.
10,000
ammo
Before we
right
get
at
out of
the
here,
It's like a bet.
we're moving on. We're going to do really quickly any crazy Gamescom predictions. Mine is pretty simple because I still believe it is going to happen, and it has nothing to do with the bet that Sam and Matt have. I think at Gamescom you will get a move release date for Tomb Raider, and I think is going to be somewhere in February. And the reason I think that is for 2 reasons. One, I think they bit off more than they can chew, and this is about the time they're going to start realizing, holy crap, we're not going to have it done. And 2, they have it slated right now to release the exact same day as Fallout 4, and they are stupid if they keep that date. That's my prediction. What's yours? Matt, go.
Come back to me. I want to hear everybody else's first.
Josh, go.
We're going to get Mech Warrior 5.
Not going to happen.
Yes!
Sam, go. What's your prediction?
Probably going to talk about Final Fantasy 15 again.
I hope so.
That's not a
That's not really crazy. It's going to be there, but
All mine for E3 were crazy. I think I've done my fill.
all right. So this is the bar. Sam's down here.
Look at all of your predictions at E3. They were all down there.
All good. All good. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Well, all right, Matt. What's
Yeah.
yours?
Pretty
Go.
good. I'm going to have to go with Tomb Raider's not going to be moved back. It's going to be moved up. We're looking at October now.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
The game's already done.
They
We're on
have,
the
they
way.
have to
Yeah.
move it in some way, because if they have it come out the same day as Fallout 4, nowhere near as many people are going to buy it, at least that day.
That's so crazy
So-
that Fallout 4's been done for like a
Fallout
year.
4 is just going to take a sledgehammer to anything around it. So let's do
No,
some
no,
plugs and get out of
Thor's
here.
hammer, not a sledgehammer.
Wow.
Thor's hammer.
We're going to do some plugs and get the heck out of here. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I am at Chalices. If you want to follow Matt,
At Man W. the Beard.
if you want to follow Josh,
At Joe Quiggle.
and if you want to follow Sam,
That Ninja Man 53.
or at Mr.
Mr.
Gloom and Doom if you
Gloom.
actually want to follow him. And if you want to follow us as a collective group, we are at Gaming Lag, 2Gs and Lag. Please visit the website gaminglag.com if you want to take us on the go for any videos or things like that. We have a YouTube channel as well. You can get us there.
That made me think of something.
Yeah. If you want to support Extra Life, please do that, and please donate to gaminglag.com if you want to join our team. Please consider giving to Patreon. We're at $91 right now. It makes it very easy for us to be able to come up with new content. Obviously, we have some stretch goals there for you. We are not asking people to donate millions of dollars. $1 from every person would be more than enough. If we can get 1,000 people on board, that is a lot of stuff that we can do for you. I think that's it.
All right.
All right, that's good. Gaming Lag out.